Well, they had to wait 8 years, but Jamaica College are again winners of the ISSA All Ireland knockout after defeating Kingston College 2-1 in the Champions Cup Final on Saturday at the National Stadium. The Old Hope Road-based JC won their second title of the season thus far and their second ISSA Champions Cup overall, having lost in 2 finals since their first victory back in 2014. Ricardo Chambers was on commentary and he has the highlights.
Let's have a look at the full match highlights. The 2 captains, the 2 number 4s, greeting at the start of the contest. It was Kingston College who had an early opportunity to go in front. Xavier Davidson giving the ball away to Jaheim Johnson. Johnson couldn't hit the target when he really should have. JC went on the attack. Zimonese showing pace early, getting inside the box, cutting it across. Saul keeping it away from any advancing attacker. Aldridge, cutting inside beautifully, brilliant save from Malik Williams. Zimonese with the follow-up, but the flag was up. We suspect it was Aldridge who was flagged offside. Kingston College had very few opportunities to go forward. Their top man had very few opportunities to shoot. He created that one, but it was comfortably saved by Brassica Rose in goal. This one fell for Kevon Wilson across the face of goal, but Saviola Blake, looking for his first goal of the campaign, couldn't convert. Brilliant work from Maquan Aldridge to keep that ball in, got it back from Zimonese, struck to the near post, and Malik Williams couldn't get down in time to make the save. Jamaica College in front in the 44th minute, 1-0. Aldridge picking up his 9th goal of the season. 51st minute. Aldridge for Zimonese. Zimonese dropping the shoulder, getting by Saul, and then rolling it into the far corner. Perfectly placed. Brilliantly done by Tarek Zimonese, his 2nd goal this season. Remember, he only came into this Jamaica College team at the quarterfinal stage of the Manning Cup, and he delivers big tonight. Dejon Mitchell was not to be left down. He gave Kingston College a glimmer of hope with this 79th minute free kick. Brassica Rose gave him too much room at that near post, and he took advantage like a quality player of his stature would. Donald Edwards had a chance to level for KC. Fought the left boot of Brassica Rose in goal for JC. Raymond Watson encouraging his players. Tayshawn Mattis felt the encouragement and tried to deliver from distance. That was really close, but not close enough. Tarek Zimonese showing another burst of speed here, loving the goalkeeper just wide of the mark. That would have eased the nerves in the closing stages, as it turned out.
We're now joined by Schoolboy Football analyst Leger Williams to get his thoughts on the match. Leger, a lot of persons would have anticipated this being a really close encounter. It wasn't really, and 2-1, the scoreline was a little bit flattering, I thought. JC, obviously the better team on the day.
Yeah, I mean, I mentioned previously, last time I was here, that I don't think that Kingston College's team on a whole is that good. They have some good players from the back coming up. Their captain, Bayam, is a good player. We all know that Richards is the best player in the competition, the best player, Anders player in the island. And then they had Shakes, who they were missing, unfortunately, in that game. So he's usually the supply line to Dejon Richards. And Coach Ferguson of Jamaica College spoke about the fact that they didn't want to necessarily mark Whisper out of the game. They wanted to stop his supply line. And there's always 2 ways to deal with players of his ilk, is either to stop him, like what Stats did or tried to do, or you stop his supply line, and Jamaica College did that really well.
Tayshawn Mattis, of course, is a danger player for
Kingston
College
he's a
as well.
quality player as well.
And he actually showed, he had moments in the game as well. But you mentioned a good point in terms of cutting off that supply line, which they did successfully.
Yeah, they really did. You mentioned Mattis. I like to think of him as almost like a Whisper Junior. He's a very good transitional player, but sometimes in the final moments he doesn't have the quality that certain players do have.
And this is what JC, of course, did to Whisper in closing him out for the majority of this game. And they did relatively well. Funny enough, it was the midfield that was heavily involved in marking him out of the game. But, Whisper in the end, the special players have special moments, and he came up trumps with a free kick.
Yeah, he did, and he was even before the free kick. I think that Whisper was constantly on the last line of the Jamaica College defense, and he wasn't dropping deep enough. But even right before, just with the run to even win the free kick in the first place, it was the one time he dropped deep, escaped pressure, and then went on one of his mazy runs that we saw in the semi-final, for example. We saw it there, he got chopped down, and then once he got the free kick, he has the quality to do that, and he did. And he got Kingston College back in the game. Unfortunately, they couldn't take any more chances, but that's what made it nervy at the end. Another
quality player that we have to mention is one Tariq Zimenez, because there's been a lot of discussion around him whether he should be playing at this level again. We know that he's expected to go overseas in the new year. Let's see how that works out for him. But again, a standout performance from him, finding his groove at the right time.
Yeah, I mean, once he was reacclimated into the team, he took his time. He had some so-so performances. He was substituted early, but then now in the latter part of the season, we're seeing him deployed in several positions across the front line. Yesterday, we see him being a striker, and he did that. At first, it wasn't working out as well because he was being close-marked, but once he got the space, as you could see for the second goal, he really took advantage of that and showed his speed, showed his finishing in the end, and it was a good finish and a good performance overall.
From a strategist standpoint, do you think Kingston College were surprised by the way Zimenez was used in the front? Or did that catch them off guard? I
mean, it did catch them off guard, but just judging by the types of player that Jamaica College tend to deploy up front, yes, Zimenez is faster and then maybe stronger than him, but it's a similar type of player. Their top scorer, Javier Lynch, for example, he's a very quick, powerful player as well, and he always has been. So say, for instance, if they plan for him to start, if they plan for Macon Aldridge to start up front, then it would have been something similar. So I don't think it surprised them, of course, but I don't think it would have led to them being completely out of their comfort zone, one could say.
Yeah, JC has looked stronger as the season has gone on, and they are ending the season now looking in peak form. Would you say that Zimenez rejoining the camp and shining and peaking at the stage of the competition, the back end of the season where the championships are being decided, has been a key factor for JC?
Yeah, it has. I mean, he does have quality. He showed that last season. He's showing that now, that he does have a lot of quality. But on a general basis, Jamaica College already had the best squad in Manning Cup. They probably had the best squad in the island.
Well, somehow people didn't feel that way during the group stages. I saw some Jamaica College fans talking, and they were saying they were under the radar because most people were talking about other schools. Mona and Kingston College were the more hyped teams in the group stages. So you say JC is the best team, but I'm not sure if onlookers felt that way 2 months ago.
Yeah, because people just tend to look at moments as opposed to looking at the games. Yes. And with Jamaica College, with Kingston College, for example, they have Dujan Whisper Richards, the best player, so they're going to get the limelight. Yeah. Mona are a team coming up, they're going to get the limelight. But when you look at Jamaica College, you talk about their under-20 representatives, not only from Jamaica, but from all across the Caribbean as well. Romain Blake, who I think is the second best player in Manning Cup. You get me? At centre-back. They have their captain Davidson. They had 8 players returning, including Zimenez, from a team that went to the finals last year. Yes. So all across their midfield, talk about Kevon Wilson, who was very integral throughout the season. And I would like to say their player of the season, Jamali Bennett, right beside him, their number 8. His nickname is Kante. I think he has more technical prowess because obviously he's a youth player. But in terms of his style of play, he's the one who really makes them work because of the myriad of things that he can do in the midfield. Even yesterday, Donald mentioned that it was the midfield that was really engaging. Whisper was really him.
Yes.
He usually plays, box to box, but he was able to drop deep and really affect the game.
All right. You keep on saying yesterday, it was actually Saturday.
Yes, Saturday.
It was Saturday, but it's been a long weekend for all of us. We'll take a quick break. When we return, the interactive segment up next. Stay with us.